Do you find yourself in need of iron, but just don't feel right about locking up a villager? Sure, they're just NPCs, but down deep, it just doesn't feel right. What if I told you there was a way to get the iron that you need and allow them the freedom to fulfill their programming? Would that be a build worth building? If it is, then you are in the right place. The key to every good iron farm is controlling where the iron golem spawns. There are a whole bunch of different ways to do this, but one of the easiest ways to do this is to take it up in the air. This takes it out of reach of the ground and really limits the area as to where they can spawn. So we're going to start this by going up 7 blocks. And then on top of that, we're going to make a 9x12 platform. This is considerably larger than the typical 5x5, but it has a reason for being this way. Remember, it's not all about efficiency. It's about providing a new type of environment for your villagers. You know, the ones that are doing all the work for you. All right, so now that we've got our 9x12 platform, we're going to go up on the corners 4 blocks. Once you've done that, connect the tops. This should give you a nice little cube. Now cover in the roof and the walls. Once you've got that all squared away, you should have a nice big box. Pick one point to put in a door. For me, I'm going to put it over here in this corner. Knock these 2 blocks out. We're going to make a little bit of a decorative decision here. And this will be the door that they come in and out of. Right here in front of the door, I'm going to put some glass. And the reason I do this is because iron golems aren't supposed to spawn on glass. And seeing that there's a 3-block high space right here, theoretically, they could spawn anywhere in here. So by putting glass in front of the door, that limits the area that they can spawn on. Theoretically, you could put glass all in through here if you wanted to. But for me, I'm just going to put 4 blocks right here in front. Now I'm going to come away from the doorway and go over here to the far wall. And I'm going to put 1 layer of carpet in. It doesn't matter what color this carpet is, as no one is going to see it. We go 1 layer of blocks here and across the top. 1 in the middle. This is going to be our holding chamber for the zombie. Now, for those of you who may be new to Minecraft, there's all sorts of ways to get zombies into the chamber. Personally, I recommend using yourself as bait and having them chase you over a open trap door. That always seems to work best for me, but you do it as you please. Just try not to use either a boat or a minecart, as the zombie needs to be able to walk back and forth freely. And if you put them in there, that means you have to take them back out. And generally, they're not very happy when you take them back out. Once you've got your zombie in the chamber, make sure that you name tag him. Because if you don't, and you leave the area, he is going to disappear. And then you got to catch them all over again. The first thing I like to do is I like to get their beds ready. We need 3 villagers for this farm to work, so let's put 3 beds in right off the bat. Next thing I want to do is I want to put some in-ground lighting in. And this is the reason why I chose carpet over using glass over this whole area. The placement of these workstations is actually pretty important. You don't want this right up against her. You don't want to take a chance that the zombie can reach through and hit him. So we'll move it a full block away from the chamber wall. Next, we cover everything with carpet as to ensure that the iron golem doesn't spawn inside. One more thing I like to do is I like to give these guys some windows. It is no fun living in a place that has no windows. All right, so let's go outside and go up top here. Let's see. I'm going to put a block. Let's see. We are over. Yes, we are over Mr. Zombie. So I need to put the sand 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, come up here and let's see here. Chunk, 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 chunk. Put 2 or 3 of those down there. And that is the center of our collection system. So come back here. Let's see, I'm going to do a space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come back over here. Space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Staircase. Chunk and chunk. But Max D, what in the world are you doing? We are making a, what would you call this? A pusher? A flusher? I don't know. Let's see. Let's put this down here. And I will give you a demonstration. Let's see. There. Fence gate. Gate. No. Fence gate. Fence gate. Whoops. Plunk. And if I've done my numbers right, I should be able to put water here. Pop up. And water here. And let's see. Now, if I've done my numbers right, I should be able to slide right off of here. Slide right off of here. And right on top of the orange sand. Now, there is one more thing we've got to do before this thing is ready, and that is to spawn-proof this roof. It doesn't necessarily matter what you use, as long as it's any kind of half block. It could be leaves, it could be string. I'm just doing this for the sake of simplicity. We'll do the aesthetic stuff later. Now that we've got our roof all covered, it's time to go downstairs and do a little bit more work. Okay, we can't have this leaking, because that's just not right. Let's cover this up. 1, 2, 3. Far enough. 3. 3. Take it right over, and actually I'm going to take it to the windows here. Oh. Oh. And actually one more. No, no more water. All right, let's put a fence gate in here so they don't run and jump out the window. And let's put some villagers in. 1, 2, 3. Look at that. Took a job already. All right, perfect. Now we have jobs. So the next thing we need to do is we need to get them to sleep at least one time before we let the zombie in. Let's do this. Let's cheat. Let's go. Let's see. Time, set, night. And here we go. Everybody's in bed. Now this is something that is absolutely critical. Zombie can see them. He's got line of sight, but they're still asleep. And that is because we have so many blocks between him and the bed. This is why we made it so big. We need the villagers to sleep while the zombie is still exposed and has line of sight on them. Okay, let's see. Let's put these blocks back, because I don't have a collection system. And just for kicks, let's do this. This. Oh, no. There we go. Now, we can turn it to day. Let's see. Let's go time, set, day. And these guys are up, out of bed, and ready to go to work. All right, so let's do our collection system. Let's come down here. There we go. And I like to use the standard 3 space system. So we got, let's see there, boink. That's 1 block in between. That's a block in between. That's a block in between. Come over here, and that's a block in between. Now, let's build this thing up. All right, so we've built this thing up and out of the water. Let's drain some of this. Boink, and come down here. Boink. And now the water is removed. If you don't have sponges, you're going to have to fill it with sand and then dig it back out. I think on the other side of this is more, so let's do that. And there we go. The thing to remember when you're dealing with lava is that any combustible block will burn if it's within a 5 block distance of the lava itself. So for this, we're going to come down 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pow. There we go. And we put our sign in. Let's see here. Come back. Boink, boink, boink. shift, boink, there we go, shift, there we go, shift, there we go, shift, and we got 2 more. Let's see here, boink, and boink. All right. So now let's put our hoppers in. 1, this way, this way, this way, come back, shift, click into it, shift, there we go, and there we go. Now, on this one, I am going to put these in here, as that helps. Doink, doink. You need those pointy ends going into something. That's absolutely critical. You will knock this out, knock this out, and then this here is going to get turned into, where are my planks? Plank. Slabs. Here we go. We'll do this. And put these in. And the reason we do that is that the chest can be opened. Boink. Into it. There we go. Boink, boink. Oops. Boink, boink, boink. And there we go. Oh, forgot something. And this is absolutely important. Fill this space in, because if you don't, Iron Golem could spawn in there and you'll be like, why is this thing not working? Here we go. And back in. Let's see here. Plunk. And let's go this way. More jack-o'-lantern. I have no idea. I probably should have looked at some numbers before I did this. And what do you think? Is that far enough? Let's go up. And this is our escape hatch, so let's do that. Doink, doink. Let's go up. Pause. Doink, doink, doink. Climb over. And here we go. This is our access point to the collection system. Da, 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 da. So we got to put lava in, and this thing will be ready to go. Okay, so you got to hit crouch. And the center one right here, put lava on it. Knock back up. Knock those out. And let's put a wall around it, because if you accidentally shoot over top of this wall, you will burn and lose all your stuff. Not that that has ever happened to me. They're still not scared. Now they're scared. Here he goes. Bye-bye. I gotta say that again. Here he goes. Schlunk. Alrighty, so we putzed around for 30 minutes, sleeping when they slept, and let's see what kind of a yield this generator made. Okay, so a stack and some. Let's see. Let's do some math real quick. So roughly 160 to 166 ingots an hour. And that's with me just putzing around, sleeping while they're sleeping. That's not too bad of a yield. So the bell goes here. Let's come up and up the stairs. And let's put a door in. Let's see. Yep. Green particles, green particles, green particles. They have now path found to the bell. Hey, hey, hey! There we go. And I gave you a friend. You got a neighbor down here too. Right over to the bell. How about that? So what do you think about this, huh? You did your duty and now you're free to fulfill your programming? And that, in my humble opinion, is exactly how an iron generator should work. But let's be honest, while it works in concept, it's awful to look at. That build was built with absolutely no aesthetics in mind, and this was meant to focus on the basics of how. Now that we've got a good grip of that, now it's time to see what we can actually do with that. Starting with this example right here. While it might have a totally different look and it's actually sitting in the water as opposed to sitting above, It's essentially the same shape and same function. We've got our collection system off the back. We've got a square build using the exact same dimensions. It's really not that different. Spawn proofing was achieved by putting stairs and slabs, half slabs in at the right place. Go up top and you'll see string spread across so that they weren't able to spawn anywhere up in this flat surface. The interior is pretty much the same. We've got 3 beds, 3 workstations, and somewhere behind that wall is a zombie waiting to chew on somebody. All in all, it's not too bad. But can we take it to another level? This is a build that I really like. Introducing the A-frame. This is actually Schlunk, an iron farm, and a starter base. Want to check it out? We have some storage. We have nice little painting. We've got our workstations. We have 3 beds for our 3 villagers. Where is he? He's hiding over here. And this one's kind of unique because if I need iron, just flip it down. They do their thing. I heard an iron golem up top. When I'm done with it, I just quick flip it closed. Then upstairs is my room. We've got some crafting tables, some furnaces, our first tools, some armor, and a bird's eye view of Mr. Iron Golem going out the back. Outside, we got plenty of food, and of course, we got our little collection area. Here we go. Down, down, down. What do we got? Ooh, 3 stacks. Not too bad. Tells you I've been planting things anyhow. We got some berry bushes for defense. Potatoes, wheat for bread, carrots, yada, yada, yada. This is actually a really great design for early game. Having 2 Fletchers allows me to get emeralds, and having a smithing table allows me to get diamond tooling. And having an ample supply of iron is always great, especially early game. So does it look a little different than our first build? These 2 builds, the first wooden ugly debacle and my little A-frame here, are so far apart in appearance it just, can't really be understated. But the reality is they're both kind of the same in concept. All these path blocks out here spawn-proof the area so that the iron golem can't spawn here. You still have 3 beds and a good distance between the villagers and the zombie. And most importantly, the villagers are able to get a good night's sleep while Mr. Zombie over here is still on the prowl. That is really what makes these type of iron farms work. And of course, when your iron needs are met, set your workers free to live out their programming. Sound like a better way of doing things? Well, I hope I gave you some ideas and maybe motivate you to challenge the norm. My 2 rules for playing Minecraft is to find a way to treasure the process and do it my way. If you got any value out of this, please give me a thumbs up. And better yet, if you haven't subscribed, do that. That would be really great. But above all else, keep building. Thanks for watching, everybody.